So that is coming from this little guy right here. Right there. Look at that. Looks pretty good. So here we have a mini projector from DBPower. Now this thing is 720p. It's very compact, and we're gonna open it up and see what it's like. Alright, so here we go. Here's what is in the package. You get a nice remote. Looks a lot like an Amazon Fire Stick remote. Power cable. HDMI cable, which is nice. And a audio cable to audio video cable. So, and then looks like there is the front leg adjustment screw. So here's the projector. Let's take it out of the package. Alright, so here is the projector. It says you can activate your 12-month warranty, and there is a nice information packet here. Includes the user manual, a free gift. You can go online, get your free carrying case, which is nice, and then a quick start guide. So that's pretty nice, very well packaged. So here's the projector. As you can see, it is very compact, and it has 2 HDMI inputs, audio video input, some headphones, and an SD card slot right there, and then also USB, so you can power your Roku or your Amazon stick or whatever you may choose. Also has a VGA input right there. I've got some menu buttons, control buttons here on top, and there's the giant lens. It does come with a lens cover. It is not it's not tethered in any way, so you'll have to keep up with that. There you go. It does look like it has a little screw hole there for like a tripod or something. It is very compact, pretty small footprint. Go ahead and get the batteries in the remote, and then we'll fire this thing up. One thing I will note is the fan is fairly quiet. We are in a well-lit room right here, and we can still see the picture. So this thing is not advertised as super bright projector, but it's doing a really good job in this well-lit room. I've got the window right here, I've got this light on up here, but one thing I do notice, and a lot of these projectors have a problem with, is that front adjustment screw. Now this adjustment screw is all the way up, and you can see we're barely just above the table. So with that adjustment screw all the way down, you're actually displaying it on the table, like down and then up on the wall. So. Alright, so here we are. We're still in a fairly well-lit room. Still got the sunlight coming through the window. As you can see, lots of light in this room still. And we've got a pretty good picture. You can see there's plenty of light in this room. So here we are. We're looking at the projector on the wall now. Go through a couple of the things that the remote control has. You go into the menu, choose your input. Now it doesn't have auto input selection, so you need to go in. If you plug something into HDMI, you will need to go in there and choose HDMI. And I will do that right here. Boom. Okay. Now you can reduce the screen size, so you can see that the Roku, the screen is actually smaller than what it could be. Go in here, and we are going to see I have it at 78%. And we're going to bump it back up to 100. There we go. We're going to exit, and now you can see we've got a much larger screen. So you don't have to have this the exact distance away from your screen that you need, because you can always reduce the size. Now you can't increase the size past 100%. So this is 100%. I'm about, I would guess, maybe 8-9 feet away from the wall, and we've got a pretty decent sized picture. So right now we're at 56 inches. Now we could go much larger. You will just need to move back away from the wall, and then we will need to focus. And there we go. I do now have the projector on a tripod, so that screw on the bottom is tripod compatible, and it is holding it up just fine, and I will show you real quick. So here we go. I just have a little mini tripod underneath it. I have my Roku plugged into the side into the high power USB port, so I don't need any extra cables plugged in. I can use that little port, which is nice. Now the air does come out this side. This is going to be where most of your noise, fan noise, comes from. You do have the air intake on this side, and that is a removable screen that can be washed. So that's a nice little feature. Now this is your focus. The top one is your focus, and then the bottom one does like a little distortion kind of thing. So if you're projecting it at an angle and you need to adjust it to maybe straighten it out, it does kind of blur the image a little bit, so you don't get a full in focus screen. So like I said, I would try to keep this on a perpendicular path to the wall, up as high as you can, just straight across from the wall, and that way you don't have to use that. But again, we are in a pretty well lit room, and this is looking fine to me. Alright, one thing I did notice is this speaker on this thing is really good. Very loud. All the voices are really clear, and it almost blasted me out when I first turned it on, so I had to turn it down. Turn it down to avoid copyright kind of things. But yeah, this is on Netflix. You can see it's a very good picture. And again, this is in a pretty well lit room. I didn't even have surround sound on, so I'm going to put that on and see if I can tell a difference here.
Again and again and again. And I did this. We don't really talk about this. Look, I'm a comic book, I'm a serial, did a Christmas album, I have an excellent theme song, and so...
Alright, so there is a little bit of that. I can't show too much of it, otherwise my video will get flagged for copyright infringement kind of thing. But as you can see, the picture on this is really good. Now the reason I'm not bashing this thing, if you watched one of my other previews, or my other reviews, I had a $250 projector that was advertised as being, you know, the brightest on Amazon kind of thing. So this projector is under $100, and I think this one is just as good. It's not quite as bright, but just everything else just as good as that other one that was $250. I'm not going to even mention its name, but for this being under $100, this I think is an excellent deal. Plus you can go online and get a free carrying case. It'll be a perfect travel projector. Alright, so here we are out back, and I have a 120-inch screen, just a $20 cheap screen. Let me turn on the light real quick, show you what it looks like. But there's my screen. It's $20. I'll put a link to it down below on Amazon. It's been a good outdoor screen. It's indoor-outdoor, so I'm not really worried about the elements at all, just because it's $20. So that's the screen I'm using. Now this projector, you do get the best picture if you can make it as level with the screen as possible. So I do have it on a tripod, which that little screw on the bottom is very handy for attaching a tripod to. So let me turn out the lights and I'll show you what it looks like at night. Alright, there we are at night. Looks really good. It is 720p, but again, my Roku is detecting the display at 1080 at 60 hertz. So here we are a little bit closer to the screen. Like I said, this is about 120. I'd say it's not quite that big, but it's about 115 probably inches. And you can see the clarity and quality of this picture is really good. But then, like I said, as you get down to the edges, the Spider-Man down there is a little bit blurrier than the center picture, so, but you really can't complain for, I think it's going for $89 right now, and then there may even be a coupon, and then you can get a free case with it and a year warranty. You can't really go bad. Let me pick something here that has a bunch of color, and we'll take a look at some video. So here we got a little bit of Avatar going on. It's a little dark scene right now, but still looks really good. And I got the sound turned down, but the sound is really good on this thing, so much better than I was expecting for the money. So look, if you're looking for something for an outdoor movie theater or something like that, outdoor movie night, then this is a good choice for under $100. One thing I did want to mention is you can flip the screen, so you can set it for front projection, rear projection, front on the ceiling or rear on the ceiling. I don't know about rear on the ceiling, but if you're doing a rear projector, you can shine this from behind a screen and just flip the image. So that is pretty handy. I know a lot of people look for that. I'm just doing it front. But there are some other settings here. It's got the SRS True Sound, surround sound. You can change the language if you want. There you go. So it does have different picture modes too. You can choose between cinema, nature, you can choose one your own self, vivid. I don't know if you can really tell the difference. Let's see. I don't know. They both look really good. So there you go. This is the DBPower L21 projector. And 720p, I say you can't go wrong for under $100. If you're just getting started with a projector and you're thinking about having an outdoor movie night or home theater room type thing, and you don't want to spend a lot of money on a projector, this is a good starter one for under $100. So it's 720p, but it does lack the keystone adjustment and also the height adjustment. That's the only downfalls really that I can find for the money, but I was pretty impressed for such a good projector for under $100. Hope this helps you. Thanks.